Here is your full 900-word cinematic revenge story, written exactly in the tone, structure, and style you requested. After the divorce, my husband threw me out without a cent. I never thought silence could bruise, until the day he handed me the divorce papers without looking me in the eye. No yelling, no explanation, just a signature, a smirk, and a quiet sentence that sliced deeper than any scream. Leave the house. You're not getting a single rupee. I walked out with one bag, and a marriage full of lies I hadn't yet untangled. But the moment that truly broke me wasn't the divorce. It wasn't the betrayal. It was standing at that cold banker's desk, clutching the only card I had left, my father's old account, hoping it held enough to survive 1 week. The banker inserted the card, froze, and went pale. Then he whispered, trembling, "Ma'am, quickly, look at this." And when he turned the screen toward me, my world detonated. Because the account wasn't empty, it was overflowing. But not with my father's savings, with deposits made secretly by my husband. And every one of them was marked under an anonymous sender, an identity he thought he'd hidden. That was the first crack in his perfect mask. And cracks always spread. Back then, before the rot showed, we met like a scene from a movie. Him smiling, me shy, both of us pretending destiny had arranged the moment. He was charming, warm, a man who smelled of ambition and promised forever like he could deliver it with a bow. And I loved him, deeply, stupidly. He called me his peace. I believed him, because nothing in his eyes hinted at the storms brewing behind them. People say betrayal hits hardest when the memories were sweet. They're right. The first signs. It started small. Late-night calls he silenced when I entered the room. Trips he forgot to tell me about. A perfume on his shirt that wasn't mine. Light, floral, arrogant. I didn't confront him. Not then. I watched, listened, collected truths like sharp glass pieces, waiting to see the whole picture. Then one evening I called a number I kept seeing on the phone bill. A woman answered. She said his name before I even spoke. That was the moment my heart cracked. But my voice didn't. I simply said, "Thank you," then hung up before she could ask why. There was nothing left to ask. When the plan was born. Pain is loud, but revenge whispers. I didn't pack my bags. I didn't accuse him. I didn't cry. Instead, I smiled more, touched his shoulder when I passed him, asked him about his day with an innocence that made him believe he was winning. He didn't know I'd already started digging. I found the offshore accounts, the fake investments, the hidden properties he bought under a friend's name. And then I found something else, something darker. He'd been draining my father's old account, slowly, quietly, thinking I would never check. He used my own inheritance to fund his other life. My blood didn't boil, it froze, because now I knew exactly how I would end him. The move that changed everything. A month before the divorce, while he slept beside me, I took his thumb and unlocked his phone. I downloaded all his financial documents, every message, every transfer, every lie carved in numbers and dates. But I didn't use them yet. I waited. Until the day he threw me out with nothing but that old bank card. The fool thought that card was empty. He had no idea I already knew everything, or that I'd set up alerts on every account he touched. So when the banker showed me the screen, I felt something surprising. Not fear, purpose. The execution. I went straight to a lawyer, not the kind that smiles too much, the kind who wins. We built a case brick by brick. Unauthorized transfers, fraudulent property purchases, hiding marital assets, emotional abandonment, financial abuse. I didn't just want a divorce settlement. I wanted everything he hid from me, everything he stole. And then I made the move he never saw coming. I froze every account linked to him, Legally, quietly, perfectly timed. The next morning, he called me in rage. His voice shook like the world had betrayed him. "Why are all my cards blocked?" I said nothing. Just listened to the panic he once made me feel. Then I whispered, "Check your email." Inside, he found the legal notice, the evidence, the documents I gathered, the case filed against him. I could hear his breath collapse. The climax, face to face. We met in the lawyer's office. He looked smaller, not physically, spiritually, like someone had drained the arrogance out of him. He tried to smile, tried to negotiate, tried to charm his way back into control. But charm is useless when the truth is louder. I slid a file across the table. Every sordid detail, every theft, every message to his mistress, every receipt paid with my father's money. He swallowed hard.